Hello, hello, expansive flow. How are you this Monday? I just recently got off of my mastermind call with my next level mastermind ladies. And one of the topics that came up today was forgiveness. And so I wanted to riff on that a little bit. And also, this is a lesson in my Back to Center program. That, by the way, is totally coming back in a new, more dynamic and powerful way as an 8-week group coaching program. I'm so fucking excited. This is, I guess, the first official announcement of that. More details will be coming out here soon. I have a few little things to hook up on the sales page, and I'm going to be doing a free 3-part training series called Back to Center Foundations, and I'm super pumped about that. And so more details will be coming out this week on that. So anyhow, forgiveness. So we just had the full moon, right? Just all about releasing and letting go of that which no longer serves us. And anywhere where you feel like you might be holding on to anger, resentment, sadness, any kind of negative feeling or emotion, anything that feels charged, and it can be around anyone, right? It can be around your partner, it could be for yourself. Our parents are usually big triggers for this, and these are great opportunities for us to do some forgiveness work. And I just want to share that the reason why we want to forgive is not for the other person, it's for ourselves. Because as we are harboring these not good feelings about something that someone did to us, or even an action that we have done ourselves, I know so much of us carry mom guilt, or maybe you got into a fight with your partner and you said or did something you shouldn't have done, or gosh, maybe you were just like upper limiting like a motherfucker and you were self-sabotaging something. Maybe a launch didn't go like you wanted it to, or maybe you got pissed off at your kids and you lashed out in a way that made you feel like terrible. With your kids or a best friend or a parent or a sibling or something. And so when we're stuck in this place where we're like, I just feel this feeling about this person and I just can't stop experiencing this feeling. And what we did today in my mastermind call was we got to kind of this root, the root of what had her experiencing the pain, and that was making the other person she was referring to wrong, and so that she could be right. And so there's a payoff for us around sometimes these dynamics. But basically at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. You don't even have to know all of that to use forgiveness as a tool to release and let go and move forward in your own life in a positive, healthy way that feels good, and to make space, energetic space. Okay, so this is what forgiveness is so important. Is it clears out this like old, negative, stagnant energy that's building up in us and holding space in our auras and even in your body, and you're able to let that go, and you can release that energetically, and it makes more space for what you're calling in, right? Because we all have this intention and this goals for living the life that we truly desire and having what we want, allowing ourselves the pleasure of receiving that, right? And harboring anger and resentment and all of these other feelings that are not serving us prevents us from having the space to allow all of this other goodness, pleasure in. Does that make sense? So here's what I recommend. It's super easy and so freaking powerful. And you can literally just write down, I forgive. And you put the person's, usually there's a long list of things for each person. So this is how I do it. I forgive so-and-so for calling me a bitch, or saying that my business wasn't going to work, or for making me feel like I was dumb, for cheating on me, for grabbing my friend's ass, for, let's see, what are the other examples? Forgive this person for not helping me, not supporting me, for making me feel less than, for manipulating me. I forgive this person for I think I kind of covered like telling me I wasn't good enough, for criticizing me, for being so harsh, for, you know, whatever the things are that they did to you, right? For touching me inappropriately, whatever. Like there's a gazillion different things that people have done to you. And when you're still holding on to like the bitterness and the resentment and the anger of what happened, then you are not making space for what you're calling in. And that's not serving you. And so it's time. You get to make a choice. You get to make a choice that now is the time to let it go. And so you can do this a couple different ways. You can write it down, and then you can burn that shit afterwards, or you can rip it up. Hey, Mally, thanks for joining. Or you can rip it up if you can't burn something. Or you can even just like riff it off the top of your head. Like sometimes I'll just take a walk and be like, I forgive you. And I do this for myself too. Like definitely make sure you are on the list. This is so important. So important. There are things that we do and that we just need to forgive ourselves for and love ourselves anyway. Yeah. And forgiving someone doesn't mean that you don't have boundaries for them. It doesn't mean that they're still not toxic. It just means that you acknowledge that they were doing the best they could in that situation with where they were. And you're accepting that was that for where they were. And know also that you don't have to allow that in your life. You don't have to accept that into your experience anymore, that you can still hold a boundary and forgive someone at the same time. You can still keep someone, you know, at arm's length and forgive them. So feel free to share in the comments anything that you are forgiving for yourself or for someone else right now, and just let that shit fucking go. Again, remember, there's no judgments here. Everything is raw and real and authentic, and you get to show up and be seen and be heard. So I would love to hear if you guys end up doing this exercise, letting me know how it went afterwards. We would love to celebrate you in doing your forgiveness work and letting go of what no longer serves you. I feel like I know that this is such a powerful exercise. I've done it myself many times, and forgiveness work is really one of those things that you have to do over and over and over again. It's not a one and done. It's a continual process. And even when you've forgiven someone for something, you may have to forgive them again for the same thing, and you may have to do that over and over and over again, especially when there's people in your life that do things that can consistently like maybe re-trigger a wound. There's a constant forgiveness going on, and this is again where you get to set firmer and firmer boundaries. So just know that that's available to you, and and just forgive and let go. Forgive and let go. Just release and let go what is no longer serving you. You can even just say that out loud to yourself and not even have to know what it is that you're releasing. Yes, family of origin. Totally, Molly. So triggering, right? Oh, hey, Anna. Hey, Christine. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Claire. Hey, Mike. So, yeah, keep us posted. I would love to know what forgiveness work you're doing. You can either share with us some of the things that you were forgiving someone for or forgiving yourself for, or you can just share with us how you felt afterwards, because that's the part I'm really excited to hear about. I know I feel lighter and I feel more free and I just feel like more spacious and I feel like more energetically powerful. Like I feel like forgiveness is a way to close open energy loops that are like